Welcome to the Marketing Minute. I'm Becky Amble, and I'd like to share another pricing strategy with you. This is one that I think you know about. You probably just haven't heard the term. It's freemium. So the freemium model is one that's very common in smartphone apps, online gaming, different kinds of services that we use, software, social media sites, communications platforms, and things like that. So I'm sure you have run into this. Let's talk about a few examples. One of them is one that's become pretty popular, Zoom. Do you remember when there was no Zoom and all of a sudden Zoom was everywhere? Well, one of the things with Zoom is you have a free service, and that gives you a certain amount of time and a certain number of people that you can add into your session. And if you want to have more time in a session and more people, you need to pay for the subscription. And Zoom actually, I think because of the environment, was able to take off pretty quickly and get things moving. Another one that I think most of us are familiar with is LinkedIn, which has a free service as well as various premium options, anywhere from $30 to $120 in addition per month. And with LinkedIn, there are things that they target to people in recruiting and things like that. So there are a variety of things available. Another one would be in the subscription world of things like the Wall Street Journal or New York Times, where maybe you get 5 free articles per month, and then if you want more, you pay something, or maybe you have a low price of $1 or $2 per month that gives you certain access, and if you want additional access, it takes some money, some more money. So there are 3 key features, and obviously you can tell I've got my notes, and a lot of this information came from my digital marketing class that I was recently involved in. And so there are 3 key things to keep in mind, and you can see I've got some notes for you up on the board. And so again, just so that we know that freemium is when people get a certain amount of functionality for free, and then there's a premium option where they pay for additional capabilities. So key features. One of the things to keep in mind is what's called the 5% rule, or 5% rule of thumb. And what that says is that you can usually expect about 5% of your customers to be paying customers, and that 5% makes up for the cost of the freebies. So it assumes, and has been pretty well documented, that your conversion rate is somewhere between 2 and 5%, and that those premium paying customers will negate the freebies. The second point here is the zero price effect. And what that means is that you need to offer a balance between offering a certain amount of free and converting those people into customers, because if you give away too much free, that is when you have the zero price effect and people see no reason to upgrade to premium features. So keep that in mind as you're planning on using this technique, if you will use it. The third thing to keep in mind is that there is something called twin roles, and you can see that on the marker board as well, is that in a traditional situation, we sell products or services, and we figure our value that comes back to the company is what people pay for our product or service. Well, it's a little different in the freemium world. And first of all, the free users can provide value by upgrading to a premium membership, so that's one thing. And the second is they can provide value through their positive word of mouth and telling others about a free offering. My guess is that if any of you started on Zoom earlier this year and had it free, you probably were telling other people and say, well, I'll set up a Zoom meeting. Oh, you don't know about Zoom? Well, here's how Zoom works. And that's one that's pretty fresh in most of our minds, I would think. And what they have found in the research is that a free user, free now, is typically worth as much as 15 to 25% of a premium subscriber, and that's because of the word of mouth. And that does create some substantial value. Now, there's a lot of research you can take a look at. I don't think you probably want to hear about all the research, so I'm going to go into some of the key things that you want to do to make sure this works for you. And also keep in mind, I don't have it on the board, that communication is key. So you need to be effectively communicating the features and benefits of your freebie, your service, all the time anyway. And probably be thinking of pain points. So we've gotten a little bit away from feature and benefit selling and be thinking about what the solution is and how this serves other people. So the first thing to do is to add new features right here. Add new features to your service, because typically early adapters and innovators are your first subscribers, and they are the easiest ones to convert to a pay or a premium application. So as you get people coming in later to the game, they are harder to convert, and you need to add more capability and services in order to get them to convert. Second point here is be sticky. Now, you may or may not know exactly what that means. So what it really means here is to be sticky so that people have a more difficult time to leave. And one of the ways of being sticky is what's called network effects. And basically what that means is the more free subscribers get involved with the organization, it is worth more to the users. So easy one to look at is LinkedIn. As LinkedIn gets more subscribers, it's got more value because there's more people to connect with, more job leads, more whatever you're looking for on LinkedIn, whether it's the connections for jobs or business or other things. So that is one element of being sticky. The other element is a switching cost. And, this applies to traditional businesses too, where you get more invested and it's just harder to leave the company. Well, same is the case in freemium products. So you want to be sticky in making it the kind of product where it's more difficult for people to leave. Now, it might not cost them money because they've been in it for free. However, it's probably going to cost them time. So, for example, if there was a new LinkedIn type of competitor and we thought it was a better situation, we're going to have to convert all of our contacts and go find people again and do all of that stuff. So there's certainly ways of making it sticky. The other thing is to be restrictive. So in order to convert people to your premium services, you have to restrict certain things from those that are getting it free. So it might be capabilities, it might be storage, it might be any number of things, but usually it has to do with things like how many features and capabilities they have, as well as storage if you were doing things that involved some storage on the computer. So a fourth point is it reduces your promotion cost, because you come out with your free service, and just the way human nature works is we get a free service, and the next thing you know, we're telling somebody about, hey, I got this great new free service. So word of mouth is like crazy in the freemium world, and it allows businesses then to really reduce their promotion cost substantially, because they can get a lot of free users typically. You're not going to just tell your family, you're going to tell your business friends and so on. So the freemium model does allow you to reduce your promotion expense considerably over what you would do in a traditional business. So with freemium, typically it has been examples like I shared with you. Well, LinkedIn is a business application. So those of you in the B2B space, are there any applications in your business where you could take part of your business and use this freemium model? Would that be a benefit? Would that be a way to build your business? So keep in mind this possibility if you're in B2B or B2C, and see if it's something that will work for your business. Thanks.